What's up, you guys? It's your girl Heaven.
And it's your girl Riddle.
And we are back with another episode of
More Than a Mother podcast.
And we're so excited. Cheers.
And what are we talking today?
Today, we are going to get down to the nitty gritty about conspiracy theories.
The Jewish people run the fucking world.
I'm trying to tell
the
you.
Jewish people run the fucking world. Ain't no way y'all go. Listen, okay.
Look, I'm gonna shut up.
The genocide, slavery literally lasted longer than anything out here. Literally lasted longer than anything out here, over 400 plus years. And I'm not excusing the fact that what they went through was not harsh or cruel.
And also horrific.
Hitler was a very bad person. Yes. But Hitler, the way that it's perceived to us compared to the way that I portray the information when I read it, it's like he wanted the Jewish people to get out of the way for the actual Jewish which would be us black folks, to come in. Like, it's almost as if he went over there and was like, I ride for my niggas dog, and was trying to take them out. All the blind
It's a huge conspiracy theory that I truly do believe that what we have learned about Hitler has been misconstrued.
Just like what we learned in that's not.
I mean, just not. It's you can't
what I was about to say wasn't factual.
You can't really compare it to anything, but just think about how many false things we've learned. Christopher Columbus. Y'all
say as if that nigga done came over here and rescued us.
Do y'all fucking remember learning about that shit in school? There was a song. Yeah. There was Christopher Columbus Day.
Honey,
there was
you
snacks,
dressed up as a fucking pilgrim.
Dressed up, and all that shit
let us them chop the shit and made us. We got to make wax things. Like, they literally made it a big ordeal.
And it's a fucking lie.
I also was living in a predominantly white town, so white people really felt like
it made it worse, right? But it was every fucking school.
It was every school.
But
I'm saying everybody didn't get the pilgrim experience.
I did.
Didn't do. I know we did down here.
Down here, okay.
Down here, I feel like down south we got it worse. Because when I asked Trey, what was y'all doing in LA? Not the fuck that they were really black down there. They were able to be black. If they weren't black, it's kind of Hispanic. So because
they ahead of their time. We in the South.
We in the South, so we did things that it's like when I think about certain things that we had to do, not had to do, but got to do, and your mother and daddy paid for the field trip or they paid for you to do the experience. It was just very fucking racist. I think about that pilgrim shit. We really stood in the front yard. The front of the school and chopped. Made butter, or I can't even remember what it was, and
I remember
wax candles.
We did all
mocking
of that.
The fuck out of a whole
culture appropriation was appropriate back then. Literally, they had us doing shit like that. We didn't even know what the fuck we was doing, and I can't even get over that. I don't. I think about that shit often. I think about how I'd be like, damn, our children won't have a lot of the experiences that we had, but they also won't be subjected to being prejudiced on accident. Blatant racism, participating in prejudice acts, all of those things. Because a lot of the shit that we learned, it was blatant racism. Down to when I was in high school. Thank God that we're in an era where it's being called out.
Yeah. Shout out to whoever made the video recorder, whoever gave people the chance to capture a moment, because that's really the big turning point. I feel like for us as a human race, black people more so, because we can really call people on their bullshit.
But yeah, shout out to whoever was able to give us the luxury to do stuff like that, because thank God.
Because now people can see the fucking giants on the mountains.
Yeah.
And it's not just oh my God.
But it's also a bad thing though, because the family who had the whole alien thing, they said them motherfuckers just disappeared.
I know, people do be just disappearing. But I know the things to be true, because look, the same high school that I got expelled from, I went to school with this guy who used to just talk shit like everybody does, especially when social media was around, when it first came around, especially Twitter. And he used to just talk shit about the president, the government, whatever the shit may be, right? And you only hear this shit in the movie until Secret Service show up to somebody's house that you know. And you're like, what the fuck? He wasn't supposed to say shit to nobody. And he was so excited because it's a real thing. Y'all, they really fucking came to me and told me, hey, you keep talking about the president, we're going to do something about it. And he still talked about it, so I'm sure he's still being watched. But we were all like,
no, it's a real thing.
The fuck?
No, it's a real thing. Like, even for a regular person who doesn't have, like, a huge following or anything, like, they monitor our phones and stuff like that. If you say anything about the president, they on your ass.
Like, I read something that was like, there's no new thought. No one has a new thought. Because even if you write it down in your notes, someone has seen it already. And I was like, fuck.
And I truly, that's another conspiracy theory, but I don't think that's a conspiracy theory that was proven to be true, is that they really do watch us. That's why Apple got that, Apple currently has a, what's it called? Where a whole bunch of people get together and sue your ass. Damn, why my brain is...
A whole bunch of people get together and sue your ass?
A class action lawsuit against them.
I just love the way you summed that up. Like, give me the definition of a class action lawsuit. A whole bunch of people come together and sue your ass.
That's what it is. That's exactly what it is. And they're going to win. And I low-key need to get in on that because they're going to be paying billions of dollars. I mean, I might only get $300 or like $20, you know, a split across the millions of people that's going to be.
Is it for sharing our data?
Yes. It's sharing our data. I think it's sharing like our face because we do the face thing. It's like a few things.
I mean, to what extent, like, I don't know, when will people realize that the more you can do on your phone, the more you're giving access to the government? Like, they ain't shit for free, for real.
And that's one way I think they're going to get out of it, is because we be checking the box. We don't read nothing, and we just be...
You have to read, because I for sure do not give them the ability to share my data across blah, 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 blah.
Yeah,
I don't give a fuck if I can't use your website. If it says you need to accept these cookies for XYZ. And I just became that person, though, because, like, only because I have a kid. Yeah. Truly. Like, when people use certain things, like the AI generating things like that, like, I really be reading shit, because no, you can't have rights to this photo for the remainder of my fucking life. Yeah. Well, first of all, one person that I've become is I don't do those. Like, you know. Yeah, like, I don't do them either. I don't do them. Or you. But if you just read them, though. Like, if people just read. And that's why they're gonna. Sometimes you can't file a lawsuit. You signed it over. You signed your rights over. You literally did that. But, you know, I try to stay away from stuff like that. Like, when they were doing, what is your kid going to look like? Put your face together. I stayed away from that. You kind of just got to stay away from shit. And then, obviously, what I have learned recently is, I be clicking shit, whatever. But when it comes to, like, the whole cookie settings, especially on your MacBook, people. If you have a MacBook, be very careful with that. Eat you up on that shit. Yeah, just learn to read, because we be so mad when they do some shit that we gave them permission to do. And they know we dumb. That's why they know it's not even dumb. They know that as a people, we're eager. As a people, I feel like we are not very educated about things like that. So I wouldn't say dumb. But also, like you said, I mean, too eager. Just eager. Like, too eager. Too fucking eager to do things, to be a part of something, and not reading the clause. Yeah. Like, because motherfuckers really be out here. You got a nude now that the AI folks got forever. Yeah. Like, be careful about the nudes. Be careful about the... Y'all remember back in the day, the Disney stars they photos was getting leaked left and right. Remember when people's photos used to get leaked in general? Like, artists' whole fucking camera roll. Oh, yeah. Just leaked. Yeah. Like artists, like famous people, yeah. I know P. Diddy did that. Speaking of P. Diddy, bitch. But... No, not P. Diddy getting blamed for everything. For everything. That's why, like, he taking Queen Na's just by... You believe in the Illuminati? That's what I was just about to say. Damn. You all believe in the Illuminati? Listen. It's absolutely real. All right, y'all. So, first of all, let's be very candid. The camera ran out of storage last week. And so we just went on about our business. Always something. But we're back to finish our conversation. As you can see, we have new outfits on. But we are supporting a small business. Black-owned small business. Everybody go follow Grow the Empire. Okay? Grow the Empire. Grow the Empire is owned by Yazzy's best friend and my friend Ashley. We love you, girl. And we got your shit on. Period. Put that shit on.
Anyway, so I was asking Yazzie if she believes in the Illuminati.
And I'm not sure why she would even ask me that, because she know I believe in the Illuminati.
I guess I just be like in my interviewer bag,
Yeah,
you know, like because it's like I know, but I want the people to know.
No. I love that. I love that about you.
Really,
you keep the story rolling.
Okay, good.
Yeah, that's a beautiful thing.
That's the goal.
But yes, the Illuminati is real. Now you said that you think they eat children.
I do.
I don't know if I would say that those people are the Illuminati, or if I would say like if random folks really just walking up to, like, I would really, I want to break it down. Like, I want to know how they pick their people. One. And like, is it really just a group of random people walking up to people?
I mean, I don't know. Maybe it's
a congregation of folks. Like,
I don't know.
Or maybe it's grown to a congregation now at this point, because
I don't know. Back in the day when I used to research Illuminati, people said they used to send out emails.
So, but I want to, okay, so like,
but that was back in the day.
When people talk about the Illuminati, they don't talk about when they think it came about. It's just like, oh, it's an Illuminati. Like,
well, they do. If you look back at the research, they say like the Rockefellers and like
that is it.
Those prominent big old white families. They started this whole sort of. They wanted to be something like the Freemasonry. They wanted to be like an elite club, and it turned into, allegedly, y'all can do y'all's own research, but allegedly it turned into this whole satanic cult, money-driven thing.
It shifted a little culty when it got the money.
I believe so.
I'm sure.
I think, honestly, what people don't realize is, in my opinion, Illuminati is satanic based. So that's why they eat children. It's a ritual.
It's the each.
I believe it. Like, look, I don't want y'all to come
no,
get
I
me,
do
but
think
Queen
that
Elizabeth, they said she ate children.
She was very fucking ugly. She was eating kids. But I'm just saying. Now I do, like, there was like this little thing about how they were saying that people that they plant people to work into the hospitals so that they can steal women's placentas and things like that, so that they could continue to drink like the baby blood.
Like that's what I was telling about the interview.
But I eating them is crazy.
Mm-hmm. It
like,
is.
I know a lot of things that people do in the spiritual in the spiritual world that includes blood and like gouging of blood and things like that. Now I don't condone it. I think that it's still I think it's very weird in general, but people do it, and people do it for other things besides, like, I guess
the idea
to say it.
The idea is that, like, either it's like sacrificial, or like I've seen things that say like they eat children and drink children's blood because of their innocence and they want immortality.
It's just so weird because they still end up dying.
I think it's weird.
They still end up dying, like,
or are they dead?
If the Illuminati, or are they dead? Because Tupac could be very much alive. I think he is.
You think that's a good conspiracy theory?
Machiavelli faked his death. Okay, so Tupac was obsessed with Machiavelli.
He named himself that.
Okay, he literally did it down to the T, like exactly how Machiavelli did it. He's somewhere in Costa Rica living his best fucking life.
I heard he will Left Eye.
Beautiful.
I heard they together.
More power to him. I don't think Left Eye's alive though.
I think she gone.
I think she gone.
I think Machiavelli gone now. I think Tupac gone now. I don't think he died when we thought he died though.
He wouldn't be. He would only be like 60 something.
I think he dead now though. I don't know why. It's in my spirit.
It's in your spirit.
I feel like he gone.
Death over Tupac.
I feel like he.
I'm sorry, Tupac. I think you're alive.
I ain't trying to kill you, nothing like that. If you is alive, you know.
But you know, if they also think that Michael Jackson's somewhere.
Now that'd be some wild ass shit. I ain't never heard that.
Yeah, people think that
Now that's a good conspiracy theory too, because that man killed him apparently, and he went to jail for it. So, do you think that man killed him?
I think that man killed him.
Okay, let's talk about Prince though, because
Prince was a total like, they needed to take Prince out the way. Prince needed to get out the way. He started chilling with hold on. He started chilling with Dick Gregory.
Yep.
And going on talk shows and telling people about chemtrails. And how they are blasting out essentially germs and shit from the helicopters and the airplanes. And then shortly after.
Okay, so I got a couple things to say about Prince. Now, when I got into conspiracy theories, this is my daddy's fault. We are very much like in that way. And he got a hold of this bootleg DVD. You know how they used to do that shit at the barber shop back in the day. And it was called Flaming F-Words, if y'all can figure that out. And it was a really good, basically like underground documentary about conspiracy theories and about Illuminati, and it was putting black people on. Mm-hmm. And the very first clip of that DVD was Prince up on stage.
And I know the exact interview.
No, it wasn't an interview. It could have been. I was young, so it could have been an interview, but I remember it being a concert. And he was literally saying, Osama finna blow y'all up. Osama finna blow y'all up. And then 9/11 happened. It's not on the internet. I've never ever seen it on YouTube. It was just in that clip, and it was Prince. Like, it was obviously Prince.
You know, editing wasn't as deep as it is now. Yeah. So when we see things and when people want things scratched, it's like somebody probably still got that DVD of you saying and doing those things. Yeah.
So that's one thing I remember. And then the whole documentary was about like how they used humiliation rituals to make black men into this and that,
make them wear dresses
and do this, like and it went into this detail about slavery. You know how back then they used us and they mocked us and they used us as like this entertainment thing,
shucking and jiving for the white man,
or they used to make us like fight each other and shit like that. And so it goes into this whole thing.
We were pure entertainment. Like, it's very modern day slavery. We just, like they said, y'all want freedom? Okay. But we're going to still be able to put you in boxes in ways that you never even imagined.
Absolutely.
And they do a great job of it. Cause
it's like mental capacity at this point that they've taken from us and put in a box. Like, we're slaves in that capacity, I feel like.
Yeah. The mentality. The mentality, yeah.
And, like, they know that anything that we do can rule the world. And that's what I think the Illuminati's ultimate goal is with black folks specifically. They take us and they allow us to influence, not us, but the people who choose to be in the entertainment world or whatever, and they choose to sign their name on that dotted line. If that is what's happening, I think they do that because they know we are going to have the biggest influence on the world. They scared of that shit, so they use it to their advantage.
Yes, and always has.
And that's awful.
Always has. Now it looks better. It's dressed up nicer these days, compared to slavery, of course.
Right.
But it's still, I mean,
they giving niggas money. We ain't never had that shit before, and we lose our damn minds. Yeah. And that's what it is. Yeah. That's why I look better.
Yeah.
Because we got some money.
A little bit.
Even when people that ain't in the
industry. I was about to say, even
regular people like us.
Yeah. Regular people like us, because them stimulus.
They always gonna give you that money, baby. They got an alternative motive. Anyway, the other thing I wanted to say about Prince real quick is that you know how he hated elevators. Now, mind you, I used to sit around with her mama and talk about this because her mama is the biggest Prince fan. And when Prince
got his tambourine from the show, baby, she
got tattoos.
She loved him.
Like, she literally lost her mind when he passed away. And
cried so hard. Yeah. It was right around my daddy. She said she lost both of me.
Yeah, and it was bad for her. Like, genuinely bad for her. Like, you remember how I was telling you how I was when Tina passed away? That's how. So anyway, I remember sitting her and she was like, you know, he do not like elevators. And I was like, girl, I know. Like, I've been doing the research. I didn't know because I wasn't that big of a fan, but I did the research. She knew because she loved him. And it was something up with that. He was trying to tell us they were going to kill him as well. Like, he wrote notes. The FBI had the letters. Like, this is not a conspiracy theory. These are real things that he did. The conspiracy theory lies in who killed him.
Right. But we'll never know that. Like, just like we'll never know if P. Diddy actually really
is P. Diddy.
I think he's P. Diddy, but I think he'd be out here killing people from natural causes. That's what
I mean. That's what I meant by
it. Oh.
Yeah. Is he the P. Diddy in the media right now?
I think he's definitely the people.
You think so?
Yeah. He never. Who the fuck? Excuse me, but who the fuck really just invited a whole bunch of teenager boys over to their house?
Oh yeah, no, he's definitely a freak and a pedophile. I truly do believe that, and he probably is a very controlling person when it comes to women as well. But is he a murderer? I think so. I mean, he could be. He could very well be.
I don't put shit past nobody. I don't.
Hey, that's scary for you to just be like offing people like that. You know how they be saying Beyonce and JT be offing people that get in their way?
I think people with money of a high status don't have the same moral compass as regular people.
Really?
So I don't believe that to them it even like matters. Even down to the way it's depicted in shows. Like they just kill people and go on about their fucking business because somebody really does that. Like, you know, of course certain things start off as a vision or could start off as a vision, but 9 times out of 10 you've seen it somewhere.
It's inspiration.
And that's where you get your influence from. So when I think about people with money in general, do I think that they are all out here murdering people? Absolutely not.
No.
I would hope that some people, like Cat Williams, I believe he's exactly who he say he is.
Yeah.
B.O.B., I believe he's exactly who he say he is. The people who kind of get almost like shunned or outcasted for not doing things that they feel like people of a high status should do. It's probably just simply because they're not killing people.
Yeah. Or eating children.
Or willing to do it. Or have a willingness to do it. Like,
I'm gonna always throw that in there.
Because who? Look, they said did they say Oprah and
Yeah, they say Oprah.
Ellen. I'm just cause
they say Oprah and Ellen. They say they was in with Weinstein.
Yeah,
doing that.
I just don't fuck with Oprah. Like,
I think she eats children.
Well, I'm gonna say this. I think that she is like, you know how Kanye said, Cardi B's a plan. Oprah is the biggest one to me because Oprah. Yeah. I don't think that she isn't talented. So, what I'm about to say is for lack of better words. But like, what the fuck does Oprah really bring to the table?
Okay, so I disagree with the fact that I do think she's talented.
No, that's what I'm saying. I don't think that she's not talented.
Oh, okay.
I said that would be for lack of better words. I just don't know how to put...
What does she do to make her the richest woman in the world?
And I think we discussed this a little bit. Like, I know that she's a smart woman. Mm-hmm. I know that the amount of money that she has isn't unattainable for her.
Right.
But I'm just like,
how did she get it?
Yeah.
Like, yeah.
Like what?
I mean,
and then because you come from an era where you were who you say you were, mm-hmm. and I mean like the ugly black girl, essentially, the mm-hmm. ugly duckling, the one who's always trying to get the leg up in life. I never understood why she sat down on her black show, a black talk show host, black business, black shit, everything black, brought mainly black people. And always tore down black people. And no one thought of it as like...
Nobody at the time saw it like that. Just like how we didn't see
Tyra
Banks being like that.
No, Tyra's a little assy too.
But that's exactly what I'm saying. At the time when we were watching that stuff...
No, I thought she was an ass too.
Okay.
I've literally never cared for Oprah. I don't dislike Tyra. But I think I've never cared for how she talks at people. I'd be like, can't nobody talk at me.
I don't think the world was caught up though. I think as a mass, like, community of black people, we saw that shit as entertainment. Like, you know?
Mm-hmm. It's definitely entertaining.
It was that. But then once you start opening your eyes a little bit more and you're more aware of things, when you realize that they were really tearing motherfuckers down.
The clip of Tyra when she screamed at that girl. Like, and if you was just like, oh, shit, Tyra chewing her up. That's just you liking entertainment. I literally was like, who the fuck why she talking to her like that?
I was the one like, oh yeah, Tyra chewing her.
She's not her mom. That's how I was. I'm like, what the fuck is she?
And we were so young.
Yeah, but she had no business talking to that girl like
that. That's what I'm saying. When we were watching it, we were so young. And I thought, like, from my perspective, like, older people in power, they're supposed to reprimand you. And I thought that that's what she was doing.
No, she was literally mad because Shorty wasn't crying like everybody else. You can't tell me how I'm supposed to feel. And then when she said that, Then you gonna scream at me, talk about. I don't even like.
No,
talking about
it was bad. She was bad. Oprah was bad. It was just bad.
It was just bad.
Like looking back at it in my mind now, for me, I'm just like, damn, that's bad.
Yeah.
And so yeah, I think you said you think. You know, she's an industry plant. And what we mean by industry plant is basically, you know, they say they take a person and
plant them right on
in there so they can influence us as black folks. So, yeah. But you know what? Another one I want to talk about? Whitney Houston. I got a theory.
What's your theory? 'Cause I think Whitney. What's your theory?
What you think?
I think Whitney just.
You think she just groped over?
I think she said, I know that I have been not doing drugs for a while. I done made me a nice fucking movie. I'm just still not too satisfied. I'm gonna go ahead and do that drug right now. I know I got a smithering. What's the word? Is that the word?
I don't know what you're trying to say.
A little bit. A possibility of death because I ain't been on the drug for a little bit now. But I'm in the tub, vibing with my twin in the cut. And she didn't know it was going to take her ass that night.
I disagree. Let me tell you what my theory is. Alright, I think the Illuminati, she was having her comeback 2009, I think. She had made Sparkle. She had dropped that damn beautiful album. She had went on tour. That's a beautiful album. Like, mind you, I bump that shit still to this day. She had made her album. She was coming back. She had a little belly. She was obviously eating good and not on as many drugs as she used to be. I don't think Whitney ever got clean for more than a year, ever. I personally don't think she was completely clean for more than a year. She was either she was going to drink, she was going to smoke her weed, she was going to, she like Judy flies. She like her weed and sprinkle a little crack, a little cocaine. That's a Judy fly, and roll that bitch up and smoke it. That's what she did. That's what she liked. I agree with you where she was not satisfied. She was trying to get clean, and it just wasn't working.
I think she was happier just
doing drugs. She was happy.
And I don't think that that's, I'm not an advocate for doing those hard drugs because I can attest to the way it will change your life. But.
And others around you.
And everybody around you, okay? The environmental factors that people don't factor in when they start doing drugs. But Whitney was like, bro, I done lived my best fucking life.
And she was that girl. But let me tell you what I think. I think the Illuminati came to her and said, shut up. I'm really going to tell you, and this is evidence-based. Okay. I think the Illuminati came to her and said, you want your comeback? We want your daughter.
Yeah, because that was wild.
I think they said, and I
forgot that.
I really want y'all to hear me when I say this.
But I don't even think, you thinking about it from Whitney, but baby, go ahead, because I think it from Bobby's standpoint. I'm listening.
Oh.
Bobby's good and clean, nice and living, and bell-bibbing and devoting.
I don't think he was ever divine to do drugs. He got with Whitney and he said, oh, I might as well try that shit too.
She was a thrill.
She was the drug user.
She was a thrill.
Yeah, like he was addicted to her sexually.
No, he was addicted to her. He was addicted
to her. And so whatever she did, he was going to try. And he got hooked on them drugs, honey. But anyway, so I do think that the industry, the Illuminati, the elite, whatever, said, you want to be back on like you was. Because you fell the fuck off, right? You was in it. Y'all saw them magazine pictures of her and Bobby house when they was going on that crack binges. Their house was fucked up. It was crack everywhere. Anyway, and so I think that they said, we want your daughter. And Whitney said, fuck no, bitch. You can't have me. You better leave her alone. And the reason I think that is because go back to the YouTube video of when Clive Davis was interviewing Monica and Brandy. And Whitney came and she was wet. And she said, I almost drowned again. And she was very intentional about what she was saying. She was very like, I don't know. And then she passed Brandy a note. And I've always thought in that note, I think God gave me this because I don't know where I got it from. But I always thought in that note that she said, I'm finna be out of here. I want you to go on and do your thing. I support you. They want my daughter and I ain't giving them my daughter.
You think she would only tell Brandy that now, Monica?
Yes. And she was fucking Ray J. Come on. Yes, they was family. They was tight. They was real tight.
But just because...
Nah, they was tight. Brandy was like her sister niece type shit. Because she was fucking her brother.
She was supposed to be like a mother figure to her, and then she went and fucked Ray J. So let's be honest. 'Cause she's supposed to be like.
That's what I said. Sister mother.
Sister.
Auntie. Hell. I don't know. But I don't, for some reason, it's very odd to me that she passed that way when she never liked bathtubs, just like how Prince didn't like elevators. They said Whitney would never get her ass in no bathtub, especially at a hotel.
She tried it that night. She was like, when she did that,
and they found so many. Did you read the autopsy though? The autopsy.
They be finding so much shit that's not right.
No, bro, they beat her ass. She had shit all over her body. Her ass, like she was very damaged. So
and then that one will disappear, and then they'll release one and say
exactly
a heart attack.
Exactly.
Because that's what they did for Kim Porter.
They didn't even do her like that. They just, when they released Whitney's, they released it. And it was just what it was. And they didn't even care that she had all kind of shit on her.
So you think that the Illuminati does a good enough job to sometimes clean up their mess as far as like the autopsy
I
thing?
feel like if they don't need to, they're not going to. And they knew they didn't need to with Whitney because the majority of the public was going to believe that she died from an overdose. So it doesn't matter what the autopsy says. A lot of people didn't even fucking read the autopsy.
A lot of people don't read the shit anyway. They just go off with the headliner.
Yeah. So I feel like unless they know they need to, then they won't.
Okay, so what would make someone like... Nah, because I really think that's P. Diddy. So let me quit talking about Kim Porter. So I really think that's P. Diddy acting on his own.
I was about to say the Kim Porter thing. I think changed her autopsy.
I think that be people acting on their own.
Yeah, I don't think
feeling like they have that same level of power as.
Do you think Diddy's? I don't even think Diddy's affiliated with the Illuminati like we think other people are. I think he just is an entity within himself.
No, I think he is affiliated with them. I think that he didn't realize just how much power he can have. Mm-hmm. And because he is a smart black man, mm-hmm. he plays on that. So I'm just a black man. That's his little thing, right? I'm just a black man. Like, that's just what he be saying. Me and P. Diddy done went on a little rabbit hole. Cause it's like, what do you be out here doing?
I think
everybody around you done died except for you. Everybody around you done died except for you. Nobody besides, like, Heavy D and Suge Knight, big people. Like, Suge Knight's alive, I think.
He is.
Yeah.
He's in prison,
jail, right? But, like, they all had the same access to the same things that you have access to. Or did they? Right? Mm-hmm. Because why everybody just dying around you natural causes? You tell me Kim Porter wasn't running? She wasn't running?
They said she was.
She wasn't an active lady? We could get on her Instagram and say that.
She was very, I don't know.
Y'all talking about some fucking pneumonia. Y'all trying to tell me that Dick Gregory, Prince,
Dick Gregory just died.
Dr. Sebi.
Okay,
Dick Gregory did not just die.
They got Dr. Sebi for sure. But I think Dick Gregory
just
died.
You can't sit over here and give me a whole little list about Whitney when she ain't even as political.
No, I know. But Dick Gregory had been doing that for years. Honestly, I feel like he was covered by God. They couldn't touch his ass. I think
that's what he thought too. I think he thought that.
And why would they wait so long to get him?
Because I feel like they like to let us believe that we got one up on them.
Okay.
I feel like manipulation tactics is like, I feel like that's just the Illuminati right there. Like,
yeah, they do that.
Just do that.
Damn, they got Dick. I mean, I used to think they got Dick Gregory, but then I started going into a rabbit hole.
These be the same people that tell you like, oh, there's not really diseases. It's just mucus clogging, such and such. Right. And then all of a sudden, they just stop taking care of themselves long enough to pass for something that be...
People get old.
People do get old.
Dick Gregory was getting old. Okay. That's the only reason I say, like, it could have been just something else.
But it just be pneumonia for all of them.
Dick Gregory died from pneumonia.
That's what they said.
That's what they said.
Dr. Sebi died from pneumonia.
But that's some bullshit. I genuinely
they said that Prince died from pneumonia.
Yeah.
Like, it be... Pneumonia ain't... Now, pneumonia is for real.
No, pneumonia will kill you.
It will kill you.
It can.
But
yeah,
these are people who are affiliated with Dr. CB. Someone who can tell
take care of themselves.
Here, now I'm not going to say that because Dr. CB was who he was, that he
couldn't get sick.
He had a limited life. Because
That's true.
I don't believe that. But do I think that man didn't feel pneumonia creeping up on him? Absolutely not. Absolutely not.
And couldn't cure it? He could have... Dr. CB was supposed to die from natural causes.
Exactly. He was supposed to literally die of old age. So, I just, you know... And then all the documentaries that's supposed to come out, and then y'all killed the people
that was supposed to make the documentaries.
Because Nipsey ain't have no reason to die.
Yeah, why that nigga just walk up and shoot him?
Nipsey didn't have no reason to die.
Weird.
But because Nipsey was who he is, right? Because he was of sound mind, he had to go. He was gonna let too many people know. And then he was doing that shit in the hood. Oh my God, he was gonna let too many black people know in one spot. Like, it's just,
Yeah, I truly believe that about Nipsey, and I really get a little just about that because that was just really not cool.
It's getting so cold these days. The level of desensitizing that they are doing to us, because it's like we sit here and talk about it so candidly, and I'm sure I don't think we think like that, but I'm sure people out here aren't thinking about the other people on the opposite side, because like, damn. Lauren is a whole real person. He had full-blown real children. And, you know, to know that just affiliation. Because I don't think he was in the Illuminati. He didn't scream Illuminati. He actually screamed,
no.
Y'all gonna stay so fucking far away from me. I'm gonna show y'all that I'm gonna make money still.
Yeah. No, he was not.
Like,
no.
It didn't give that. It never gave that.
He wasn't like that at all. And I don't know. I didn't like that one right there. That one right there. That one right there fucked me.
That one right there hurt.
Yeah,
that I ain't even like, it's not even like I'm out here bumping Nipsey Hussle.
No, me neither.
It was literally, for me, it was more so, the interviews that I seen,
like what he spoke about.
I love the way
I had no clue about his music. I knew him
articulated himself.
Exactly. I knew him from his interviews.
Yeah,
and I loved, like, I became a fan because of what he was spewing out into his community. So yeah, it's not like, you know, how people be jumping on the bandwagon about music, and it's nothing like that.
Yeah.
But that one did fuck me up good. Whew, Lord Jesus. I think they just be out here killing people. Is that the consensus? They just be out here killing people?
But it's not people though, be us. It be us.
Because y'all, think about how often we hear about like a prominent white actor just dying from pneumonia randomly. It be suicide. Shit like that.
Yeah.
Really,
and I think it be suicide because I think that white people love to feel like they are of some sort of status. Like that's what, and I'm not going to just say white people, but majority of the white people love a status quo. We know this about them. Okay? We know this about them. I feel like they get so high up and they be like, this is not me. I have morals. Bring me back to my people. And it be black people like, no, I really want to just go over there. I don't even want to do this no more. And then it be suicide.
It just becomes too much. Like I think not to be insensitive about suicide. Because it is not just a one race thing. It's not. I hate that black people, especially older generations of black people, say, you know, we don't do that. You know, it's not like that at all.
And I don't know what statistics they was reading, or maybe they just didn't have those statistics in their face, because we do that.
Yeah, absolutely.
A lot.
And that's why I don't want to be insensitive to it. But I do think the reason I brought it up is because we are seeing black people drop like flies. Like, not even just in the industry, but in our own communities. And just, you know, we're... The stuff that they're putting in our atmosphere, in our universe, I mean, not our universe, but our communities and our environment and shit is different than what they're doing over there in those suburban neighborhoods, or even not even suburban neighborhoods, the trailer trash white neighborhoods over there. Like, it's a lot different, and I don't like when people say poor is poor. No, white poor and black poor is different.
Yeah,
this is the hood over here. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? They did this on purpose. And so when it comes to suicide, I think the white people who are in the industry and are of, you know, stature or whatever, when they get up there and they realize this ain't for them, they really do just be over it, and they feel like that's the best way out. We don't see them dying of pneumonia. We don't see them getting dropped. They're not dropping like flies. So what Yazzie said is they're really just killing us. That's the point I was trying to make.
And the consensus is they're just killing us again.
Yeah, they want us gone.
I think that a lot of conspiracy theories we know for a fact aren't conspiracy theories. It's just we can't get
prove them.
We can't get proof, one, or we can't get majority of the white people to believe us. Because if we could get a majority of them to believe us,
because most people are good
then
people.
they'd be like, okay, maybe it did happen.
Yeah.
It's like but it's never just on the word or the account of a black person saying that.
No.
All of a sudden now you just cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs.
And because we're the chosen ones, of course we're going to know. Like, I feel like we're just going to know. And we're just more open to that. We've had a lot of shit happen to us. So we're just more open to deception and shit like that. But like 9/11, white people don't think that shit didn't happen. It happened. But white people don't think that we was in on that shit. The government was in, the U.S. government was in on that shit. People don't think that. But we do.
We do.
And if we could just get
enough white
people to believe us, we might take the government down. We might take the government down.
We could do so much. But we can't come together as a mass.
Nope. Like, they want us to be separated. That's why
I want us to be separated too.
This whole racial war thing, it depends on, the whole Marcus. Look, there is a set of black people that are Malcolm X and that are Martin Luther King. And I'm more on Martin's
I'm Malcolm, though.
And she's more on Malcolm. I think the whole idea of us being separate is not a bad idea until you think of the government's basically what they're doing to us right now is they want us to be separate, because if we came together it would be bad for them.
Yeah.
But naturally, do I think that we should probably be separate? Yeah.
I think we really, truthfully, like, nobody should have stole nobody.
Yeah. We would have still been on our land.
We wouldn't even known white people. Like, when you go to certain tribes in Africa, Haiti, wherever you may go, they'd be so amazed when they see a white person. I literally watched this white man on YouTube. I don't know what his name is, but he's really phenomenal. He does all the things that we should do as black people to understand culture just in general. But he goes and he takes his white ass over there, right? Because he has the means and the funds to do it, because a lot of people will follow white people really fast when they do random shit. Like, oh my God, you're going to... Okay. Anyway, he's a great guy, though. But, again, I say...
with lots of privilege.
Okay. But he goes over there and he, like, does all the things that they do and, like, their little cultural rituals and things like that. But they be so amazed because, oh my God, you're the first white person I've ever seen in my entire life. They don't know no different, but it's also not like our group of black people where we can't get along because we have allowed white people to divide us over time. So,
oh, you sound like Kanye. They gonna eat your ass.
They gonna eat me up.
I'm just playing.
But we have allowed white people to divide us over time. Seriously. So like we can't. As much as I would love to, I love to think in my brain that if we could just go back to that time, we wouldn't even think nothing of it. I think it'd be less killings, less shootings, less things of that nature, because we wouldn't know those things, because we wouldn't have our guard up against white people.
Absolutely. But no, I absolutely agree with you.
But do I think of it? Do I say like, oh, okay, I want us to be segregated, as if like I want racism? Absolutely not. But I just think that we have lost a sense of ourselves. And when I watch things where it's just predominantly black people, like over there in Africa and shit like that, excuse me, I got to keep referencing them, but they just get along. Like, it's not like, and if there is a beef, if there is something, like, they all know who people are in their community, so they got somebody who they know talk like this, they got somebody, but nobody is over there fist fighting with each other. People try to come to their land, they fight people off of their land. But that's it.
Yeah. I mean, and there's going to be, like, conflict no matter what, right?
Yeah.
So I think what I think is that if we weren't stolen, idealistically, that is how it should be. Yeah. That's how it should be, right? We should be on our own little plots of land and doing our thing and building culture and creating generational things.
It's just we can't do that, and y'all didn't want us to do that because y'all know that without black people, you would not have the technology or the tools you need to survive. Y'all barely knew how to wash your fucking ass.
Exactly. And so I think because they stole us, there is, like, in my mind, there is no way to do that amicably. So
it's not.
And so that's why, I feel like that's what Martin Luther King was saying. Like, all right, we're here. Let's make the best of it. Like, we're now a montage of people. Can we figure out how to do this correctly?
And so I also, you said Martin, but Malcolm was like, okay, we here. Let's make the best of it. But these bitches also need to know that they can't come knocking down our door every 5 minutes.
No, and I feel like Martin was saying that too. Another big difference between them is Martin said, let's do this peacefully. And Malcolm was like, if they're going to fuck with us, we're going to fuck with them
back. Yeah.
Like, you're not going to hit me and I'm not going to hit you back. That's not going to happen. And so, you know.
And the only problem with that is then it was just a government that supported white people.
Yeah.
Because we can do that today if y'all ready.
Yeah.
I could be Malcolm. I will lead us.
Yeah.
We're going to fuck some people up. We're going to fuck them up.
Yeah. And, war is dangerous. So you got to be willing to lay your life on the line.
Mm-hmm.
And that's the difference between us and our ancestors. Our ancestors, they fought so hard.
They did it for us already.
They
laid
their lives on the line for us. You know? And, like, I get why black people are so upset when they hear people like Kanye say things like,
racism was a choice.
Yeah, slavery was a choice. I understand that y'all are upset, right? But, and I understand how it can be insensitive and all of that. And, like, it could really portray something negative. I think that's what the biggest problem was. However, he was right. Like,
everybody
it was a lot of us.
If everybody got together and just beat,
bro, because he's saying psychologically they had us in chains before they even put us in there physically. Mm-hmm. Like, if we would have just mentally been stronger, we probably wouldn't be sitting here right now. Like, you know, we probably would have been on the motherland. Exactly.
I be wanting to talk
with our boobies out, baby. Like, and babies attached to our back, walking barefoot.
Do I want to live like that? No.
I feel like.
Excuse me.
I feel like if that was something that not to say poor.
I want a vacation there.
Not to even say poor. Like, we were kings and fucking queens.
I don't think
walking barefoot with our titties out. Kings and queens. Like, you know.
What I'm saying is,
I want to live like that.
Okay. I would love to walk barefoot with my titties out.
Do you not want to live like that?
Off the land?
You don't want to live with your titties hanging out?
Yeah, I do. I do.
So what about it you don't want?
I don't want to, I realized all the hard work my ancestors did. And
to get me here.
I appreciate plumbing.
So you appreciate being in America?
I appreciate plumbing. Who the fuck said they don't got plumbing in Africa?
No, I'm asking you. This has nothing to do with plumbing. Sorry, that's wrong. This has nothing to do. But you said you appreciate what your ancestors did, right? Your ancestors, this is going to sound awful. And we said we was going to work on this, not singing shit the wrong way. But for lack of better words, your ancestors were stolen. And they were brought here. Mm-hmm. So do you appreciate that?
I don't appreciate them being stolen.
Okay, so you want to still be in your land.
But I appreciate, I want to still be in my land with all the shit I got.
Oh. Like, I mean, that's possible.
I know, because Africa is a fucking, it's up and running.
That's what I'm saying. We was kings and queens. We got plumbing out there.
I just don't want to have to put this shit on my head and walk. Like, when people think about Africa, they take you back to your specific tribe and drop you right there in them coordinates. No, baby, drop me with the tourists be at.
I mean, people move, so we could have moved. We could have been in one tribe, and we could have moved. But you know, that's what that tribe shit is different. You don't never move.
Yeah. That's different. That's what I'm saying.
You never ever.
Barefoot with my titties out. Like, I just said I wanted to live in Africa, baby. I didn't say I wanted to go.
I want to experience the culture.
I would love to actually really do that. I think,
but just experience it.
I think that, especially going over there, of course it's gonna be a culture shock because I'm here. They really took me from y'all, my family, but I think it'd be such a cool thing to really see and watch and figure out their routine of life, their day-to-day base, like their day-to-day life without things being so accessible to them. Like, something about that screams cool to me. Like, I would love to just go live in Thailand and just live there.
Yeah.
And just like Bali, just somewhere where it's like people really are really just living how
God, and I feel like how God intended us to live.
Yeah, except for throwing the trash everywhere or just everywhere.
You gotta have some type of civilization. Just like we're spoiled to that. We've been dealing with that type of shit.
But like, cause I think about how people are like, oh my God, I want to go to Paris. I want to go to France. I want to go to Bali. These are places. These are beautiful places. Like their waters, the forestations, things like that. But there are places that are filled, like they're like landmines for trash and things like that. Like
that's why they say we look. Sometimes I wake up, I be like, I wonder why God chose me to be a woman, a black woman, living in America. You know, I pretty much got it good. Like,
you think so?
No. Well, you know, we got it hard, right? But what's better than being a black woman?
I mean, I don't think there's anything better than being a black woman either.
I mean, it's a lot better than living in America sometimes. But America at least is, you know, a lot more sometimes civilized. Like, if the whole trash thing, you know, things like that.
But
we're racist.
We think civilized, right? Until you figure out where they dropping it at, and then they just going to drop that shit over in Haiti. They not civilized. They just
it's just a different organization that really is the same amount of fucked upness, I guess.
Yeah.
So really, I don't care about America, but being a black woman, I mean, God chose me to be a black woman. Like, I don't know what's better than that.
I don't think there's anything better than being a black woman, and I mean that sincerely.
Sincerely.
Like,
I wouldn't want to be nothing else.
We are the blueprint.
Yep. Always have been. Always will be.
And that's another, and I don't think that's a conspiracy theory, but that's another thing I just want to talk about. This is one of the biggest conspiracy theories I feel like of our time.
What is it?
Is God a woman?
Is God a woman? There's so many layers to that.
Right?
Yes, there's a lot of layers to that. Some days I think, yes, there's no absolute way that God is a man. Like she is a woman, right? And then some days I'm like, nah, I'm tripping. Like, I don't know.
You want to? I truly and genuinely, from the bottom of my heart, used to sincerely believe that it was a woman. Like, you couldn't move me any other way. I'm like, Mother Nature. It's Mother Nature. It's Mother Nature. Okay, it's like that's what it is. Ain't no way the shit that be happening in this here world is done by a fucking lady.
What if God's a woman, but the devil is a man?
Wonder if they just in a toxic relationship.
Oh, that would be awful. You know, God threw the devil out of heaven.
I know.
It's like a woman throwing a man at the house. And then
did he cheat? Did she cheat?
Did he beat her?
Was he not good to her?
All right, we're doing too much.
No, but that's
y'all comment below. Is God a woman?
Is God a woman
or is God a man?
I think that there has to be a man somewhere here. There has to be a man somewhere, just because there's no act on the emotions. There's no act on the emotion.
I mean, that's up for debate as well. If you want to get to that whole like debate about, is God doing all the terrible things, or is the devil doing all the terrible things, or did we as a people bring the terrible things to us? Because in the Bible,
I think people bring things upon themselves genuinely.
Yeah, you read in the Bible, God said, "I'm finna punish y'all's asses." That's what He said. Like, literally. So, like, I don't know.
He did not.
Well, he didn't say it verbatim like that, but he said it like that. He said it. He didn't say it verbatim like that, but he did say, I'm finna show you.
I mean, I know. I
that's what he said.
And then that's so when in those moments I'm like, it's a lady.
He will punish.
But I don't think it's. I just don't think it was a woman simply because like we wouldn't choose to punish ourselves every month. We wouldn't choose.
What if it was the only way we could have babies then? Like maybe
Mary had it for nothing. Why we couldn't be like her?
She probably had a cycle too though.
They said wasn't nobody sleeping with her though.
Yeah, but you don't gotta be having sex to have a period.
But you need to be having sex to have a baby. So,
well, at least she said, okay, this is what she did. She said, I'm gonna give us a period. It's gonna be hell, but I'm gonna make sex pleasurable.
No.
In return.
Because and that's
I think that's something a man would do.
That's again a man thing.
Something
Because if you're gonna make sex pleasurable, then you should teach the men how to all.
That ain't their fault though. That's our fault. That's us as a people's fault. That ain't God's fault.
It ain't God's fault.
No, it ain't. Cause them rabbits be going at it.
Okay, because the animals get busy.
Yeah, no, they have a good time.
Get busy, and he did that. He created that for them. I think that I think that was for them.
Well, we have to recreate too. Maybe it's pleasurable.
I agree. I just don't understand why I had to push that baby out.
Right? Why I gotta be us?
Why can't come out your penis?
But I don't think it'll fit to the penis.
You seen how small your vagina hole was too?
No, I mean like it's a canal. Like the baby cannot fit through the canal. That's all tendons and stuff. It doesn't expand.
That's because we know the science now. They could have made that shit happen.
They could have made it different.
It's a man.
We talk about they like it's a lot of y'all. God, we talk about you and if you kick the devil out because.
Did you watch the show Lucifer?
Yes.
Okay.
We talked about Lucifer on here before.
Oh, I loved it.
Yeah,
I thought it was a great depiction of
the relationship.
Yeah,
I think so too. All right, y'all. We done spent too much time talking about this, and we had a good time with y'all. Now, what I want y'all to do is comment below, and
comment below for real.
Yeah, tell us if God is a woman or a man. What do you think?
What do you think?
Is the Earth flat or round? Let's not get into that. I'm just playing
because I literally strayed away from even saying it. Whole episode.
Me too. On purpose. I did not want to talk about that because the girlies be ready to tussle. Okay. So, we are going to bow out gracefully and we're going to ask God for forgiveness because we probably played too much with his name.
He know our heart.
No, he knows our heart. He knows our heart. He know we just silly. But thank y'all for joining us, and this has been another episode of
More Than a Mother podcast,
and we are signing out.